That's Iran's foreign minister. His country is apparently furious over the Saudis' decision to start bombing Iranian-backed rebels in Yemen. It's a complicated region to begin with, and this is where two major Middle East stories are actually overlapping. And here's how. The U.S. supports the Saudi-led campaign, but are keeping it quiet. Part of the reason the U.S. is trying not to derail nuclear negotiations with Iran as they come down to the wire. Chuck Todd is here now, moderator of NBC's Meet the Press, where he'll be covering the Mideast turmoil this Sunday on the show. Chuck, good to see you.
Nice to see you, sir.
This is such an odd situation, and the timing couldn't be more intense. You have Iran actively involved in destabilizing a country with geopolitically key areas, and yet at the same time trying to reach an agreement on with the United States.
And it puts the U.S. in an even more difficult spot, and the president in an even more difficult spot, because he wants to get this deal. But how does getting a deal not strengthen Iran? And strengthening Iran at this point in time, is that good for America's national security interests in the Middle East? And that's where, the administration will argue, well, it's better to have Iran inside the tent than outside the tent, ability to check them a little bit more, ability to do these things. But at the same time, this nuclear deal is going to be coming right at a time where Iran is expanding its spheres of influence. Now, some argue that Iran is overextended, and that this is, that they can't keep this up forever. They're overextended with Syria, with Hezbollah, now in Yemen, never mind what they're trying to do in Iraq, that they can't actually do everything that they're trying to do. But boy, the nuclear deal only gives them more opportunity to flex muscle and to get stronger and get more powerful. So it's an even bigger challenge today for the president. How does he sell the public on this Iran deal, let alone selling Congress?
And let's talk about that, because on the negotiations, the AP reports that the U.S. is considering letting Tehran run centrifuges, but limit the number. Now, Bob Menendez released a statement saying, quote, "My fear is that we're no longer guided by the principle that no deal is better than a bad deal, but instead we're negotiating any deal for a deal's sake."
If that is how this gets framed, then I don't think the president's ever going to be able to successfully sell this deal to the public, let alone sell it to Congress. That he just basically, that his philosophy became they had to strike some deal because no deal was only going to result in one thing, which is some sort of military action to try to slow down or stop Iran's nuclear capabilities. I think that the framing and the timing, my guess is if the administration could buy more time, they'd buy more time, but I don't think they can.
And before I let you go,